Welcome back. Today is day 7 of the course in mastery. I hope you're ready to mix it up a little because today is definitely interactive. Tom Wood is going to share with you why successful people are those that take action. And Dr. Barbara DeAngelis will show you how taking the initiative to ask just one question will totally transform your relationships. Here's Tom.
Thanks, Coral. Welcome to day 7 of the course in mastery. About 20 years ago, I heard Tony Robbins speak at a conference. And he said one thing in that conference that has stuck with me since then. He described what he believed to be the single biggest factor in success and achievement. It was the one thing that allowed a Spielberg to create great films. The thing that allowed Mother Teresa to help so many poor people. The thing that allowed a college dropout, Bill Gates, to become a billionaire. That one thing? Personal power. Personal power. Personal power is, he said, the ability to act. It's the ability to take action. I have found his words to be very true over the last 20 years. My ability to take action and my inability to take action were in direct proportion to my success and failure. And it's true. If you think back at all those successes you've had in your life, it's probably because you took action. And if you think about all the opportunities you missed, it's most likely because you weren't able to take action. So as we wrap up the first week in the course in mastery, I want to give you some strategies for taking action. These strategies are basically what I've learned over the last 20 years since I heard those words from Tony Robbins. Here's the first one. Plan, do, review. This cycle is a cycle of action that allows your action to become more intelligent over time. You plan out what you're going to do, you do it, and then you review. Let me give you an example. You decide you want to lose some weight, so you make a plan. You're going to eat once a day. So you do it once a day for a month. Then you look back and you review. How did it work for you? Probably not so good, because eating once a day changes your metabolism to store fat. You do this research, you discover this, and so you decide to eat 6 times a day, as the experts suggest. Well, how does that work? It's great, except you don't have any energy. Well, one of the reasons for that, because you're now doing a review, is that digestion saps a lot of energy. So you start to eat more foods that are easily digestible. Raw vegetables, for example. Now you'd make another plan. Eat raw vegetables 6 times a day. I think you get the point. This is how people become better and better at what they do. Plan, do, review. You can do this in every area of your life. Parenting, wealth, relationships, and of course, health and nutrition. Now, one objection we get is, I would love to do this plan, do, review thing, but my problem is I never do. I procrastinate too much. Okay, well, here's my simple strategy for getting up and getting over procrastination. Number 1, do something. Many of us don't take action because we don't know what to do. Well, you can learn what to do through the process of doing. And by doing anything, you start to understand a little bit better on what you really should do. Number 2, list your reasons. What gets us to take action is really the reason behind the action. Let me give you an example. If I told you to go to your front door right now because it's good exercise, you probably wouldn't do it. Number 1, you don't believe me. Number 2, there are other things you can do to get good exercise. However, if I told you to go to your front door right now because there's $1 million waiting for you, if you believed me, you'd do it. The reason is bigger. You see, the bigger the reason, and of course, the believable reason, the more likely you are to take action. List your reasons and make them believable and important to you. Number 3, understand that all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. A.L. Williams used to teach this to his salespeople. The reason that became such a popular saying is because A.L. Williams understood this one fact, that if you at least do something and not worry about doing the right amount, and you give it your best, you're on your way. It's those simple little disciplines repeated over time that will make a massive impact in your life. Take some action and do what you can do. I know that no matter where you are in life, you can always get to the next level. It might be in your career, it might be in your finances, it might be in your relationships, or even your hobby. The next 3 weeks in the Course in Mastery are designed to refresh the foundational skills you need to achieve anything you want in life. This program does two unique things. One, we come to you consistently on a daily basis. And number two, we bring world-class experts, a group of people that have never come together before in such a way to give you the skills, strategies, ideas, concepts, and beliefs that you need in order to achieve. It's been my pleasure for these first 7 days, and I look forward to seeing you on day 8, where we talk about something incredibly extraordinary. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom. Today's clip is from Dr. Barbara DeAngelis, one of the most recognized and respected authors in the area of relationships. This clip is taken from her Making Love Work seminar and is a powerful reminder of how one simple action can make a massive difference.
There's a phrase that you can remember. To ask somebody you love, whether it's your lover, you can do this with your children, you can do this with even friends, especially in an intimate relationship. This can completely change your relationship. There's so little time that we have to share today, and there's so much that I would love to share with you. But here's one thing you can do that you can say when you leave here to make a huge difference in your relationship, all right? Very simple. You sit down with the person you love, you look into that person's eyes, and you say, "Sweetheart, how can I love you more?" I heard the women in the front row go, how can I love you more? Think about that. Can you imagine if the person you love sat there and looked at you and said, "How can I love you more?" Is that beautiful? How can I love you more? What can I do? How can I love you more? I want to love you more. It's a transformational question. How can I love you more? Now, you got to listen to the answer, all right? Because if they say, "I want you to spend more time," and they say, "Oh, well, yeah, right, I really have time." So I don't mean you just ask it and say, "Okay, I asked it, Barbara said, I asked it, are you happy?" How can I love you more? This has to do with what I call feeding somebody's heart. So many people are walking around love-starved because we're not getting enough of what I call the 3 A's. If you're single, now you may look back on your past relationship and realize one of the reasons it didn't work is because you didn't get enough of what I call the 3 A's in my Making Love Work kit. If you're in a relationship, you may not be getting one of these now. The 3 A's are attention, affection, and appreciation. Every human being needs these. Children need them, and adults need them. Attention means paying attention, actually paying attention to somebody, looking, feeling them, being with them, not just being around them and being like a roommate but not a lover. Affection means not just on Saturday night. It means not just when you want to do it. It means touching, like these people over here. He's holding her. I just want to come over and just hold both of them. It means love. We all need that. And appreciation means words. Words. Guys, you want to know how to really turn a woman on? It's so simple. Words. Women love words. Am I right, ladies? We love words. The right words, but words. Words. Words of love. Thank you. That means so much to me. You're beautiful. You were great with the kids last night. I love waking up and seeing you. Words is foreplay. See, you know what happens when you give us words? Men don't understand this. Men will say to me, "It's so hard to make a woman happy. What does she want? I never know what she wants. It's complicated. It's confusing." I'm telling you, it's not that confusing. Now, women, we have as many misconceptions about men, ladies, but it's not that hard because it isn't all or nothing. I had a guy come to me once and he said, "I really love my wife, but we don't have a lot of romance lately and she's complaining and I feel like I'm really trying and she says I'm not trying hard enough." And I said, "Well, what are you doing?" He said, "Well, I have this trip planned in 9 months we're going to go to Grand Cayman Islands for 5 days. I'm saving up for it. I've been working overtime. I got the whole thing planned. And in 9 months, we're going. And I said, yeah, but what are you going to do tomorrow night? He said, but this is what she's always wanted. See, men tend to think sometimes in what I call all or nothing thinking. I want to do such a good job for my sweetheart. I want to do it so great that I'm not going to do it a little bit. And we're thinking he's not thinking about us, and he is thinking about us. He's just thinking about all. And we end up with nothing. So I said to him, why don't you just try? Try just saying to her, tomorrow night, you know, I wish I could take you to the Grand Cayman Islands tonight, and I can't, but just being here with you, just say something. I gave him some ideas. So the next night, they were getting ready for bed. He was lying in bed with her, and he reached over and he held her, and he just started stroking her face. He said, you know, honey, he said, I know I've been working hard, and I've been planning this trip for in 9 months. I wanted to take you away, and the truth is, I wish we were there right now, but I love you, and I want you to know that I would do anything in the whole world for you, because you are my sweetheart. You're my bride. And she's crying, and she's all emotional. And they didn't have to wait to the Grand Cayman Islands to have fun. They had fun right then. And, of course, the next day, what is she doing? She's calling up all her friends. Do you know what he said to me last night? He is so sweet. We can make this go for weeks. This is called feeding your partner's heart, feeding your partner's soul. How can I love you more?
That's it for day 7 and the end of our first week. As Tom mentioned previously, this is the last clip if you are not a subscriber to Mastery TV. If you have subscribed, tomorrow we'll start a week-long study on how to negotiate, network, and influence in order to get anything you want in life. These strategies are used by elite advertising firms, million-dollar salespeople, and top government negotiators. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the Join Now button on your player, and we'll see you tomorrow.